You're live. Hey guys, it's Bob in Southeast Tennessee coming at you again with just a short live stream and update on a couple of items. The first of those is you may or may not recall or know. Hey Candy. Hey Brandon. You guys remember that a few weeks ago that I won the drawing to celebrate Pam's 300th subscriber, and I won this lovely osprey, which I really like, and had that framed, and I haven't had anything framed in a while. Hey Reels Tanks. Anyway, it was expensive, but I got what I wanted, and I'm very pleased with it. And yes, I got it up, and I really thought and had family say that I should, hey Loaves and Fishes, hey Ed, glad to see you here. I thought about putting this in the living room, putting it in my office, putting it in the bedroom, but when it came down to it, I put it between the kitchen area, which is over there, and the breakfast area, which is also a lot of my aquarium area. And you see I can't eat on my breakfast table, it's covered with junk. So I spend 75% of my day here, and the other 5% or 25% in the room behind me, which is my bedroom and has the other tank. So I see this area all day long. I had to take down an old non-functioning wall hanging phone, a dinosaur there, so that was an eyesore that I got rid of that at the same time. So yeah, but Pamela Early Wine is Pam's business name, and she has a website, so go out and check out her stuff. It's not cheap, but it's very reasonable. I think Pam's working today because she commented on, I know, right, Nola Jane? It really looks good. I'm really pleased with it. I went ahead and did the museum glass, all that, so anyway. I'm eager for Pam to see it. She commented on a video that I shared of a young YouTuber's earlier, an hour or so ago, that should be watching that when she got off work. So, all right, second on the agenda. Hey Priscilla, speaking of trolls, I've been thinking about that today and thinking, I'm not quite up on all the lingo and stuff, and I don't know, does troll carry a negative connotation or not? My God, look at the dust on those blinds. They're usually open except at night. Look at that dust. Who cares? So I don't know. I hope it doesn't, because I really love you guys and enjoy cutting up with you and teasing you and all that. So if I'm doing it too much, let me know. But see, there we go. There we go. Hey, Dan. Yeah, I don't mean it to be negative. I just mean it to have fun and engage. So I was totally opposite when I was a kid. I never spoke up. I never said anything. I was shy. I was the only boy with 3 sisters, blah, 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 blah. So now it's gone crazy as I've gotten older. Thank you, Candy. Love you guys, too. Anyway, I was thinking of trying to get a name for my Fahaka pupper a few weeks ago, and Haley, Oddball Aquatics, suggested that I use the name from, crap, I hate being old and having an old man's memory. Thanks, Dan. Gosh, what was the one that had the hobbits in it? Anyway, that movie, that series of movies, and where they get to these cliffs and the door, and the wizard is trying to open the door, and Lord of the Rings, yes. And so I looked, yes, that's the one, guys, thank you. And so I found that, of course, on YouTube, the scene today. It's a great scene, but the Elvish word for friend is Mellon, M-E-L-L-O-N, and Haley had said she thought it was Mellog, like Kellogg, but the translation is Mellon. So I've been talking about this tank for a while, and one of my bucket list items was to get a saltwater tank set up. I don't know, Priscilla. Uh-oh, I think that's trolling. Okay, I'm catching on now. Okay. You know, I'm so innocent. Anyway, this tank is just the basic at first. I know, I see. I got it now. I got it. You got me, though. Well, yeah, there is some more expense added to it, but, you know, that's part of it. Scott, welcome, though. Anyway, this is a 40 breeder, so it's not going to have a lot of expense. It's not going to have nearly the amount of money I've certainly put into rainbow and rare rainbow fish, that kind of thing stocked in here, because there are only 40 gallons in here. It's got those new filters that I've been, hang-on backs that I've been using for the last couple of years or a year or so on some salt tanks, and they're titles, and there's a 55 and there's a 75 on here, and then there's an air diffuser, which is a little more than I wanted it to be, so I've just got it stuck up there by that filter, so that's what all the bubbles are from. The two inhabitants, as the title says, are Mellon, which is a dog-face puffer, and he is precious. I've known him for a couple of months. He and another one with him were pretty sick when they came into my local fish store, and that's when I really got interested in. Yeah, it does make some very nice bubbles, and apparently people use these in their protein skimmers to help do something, to break up or something. So anyway, it's just a air stone that's made from wood, basically. So anyway, I got to kind of know this fish, and I think it recognizes me, and I made it a point that the days I would go to the fish store, I would go at feeding time. I had not ever fed the fish, but I saw it go through some sickness and being dewormed and being treated with copper for some things. So I didn't think, and I don't think they thought it would make it a few weeks ago, but he's done much better, and he has been eating well. I brought the fish home last night. You see, like all puffers, Priscilla, he's doing what he wants to do. I guess he's waiting a second to make a grand entrance, because he's there watching me behind the bubbles. Anywho, as Scott says, got my tank parameters just fine. Even had the local fish store float my media in their sumps and their saltwater sumps and all of that stuff. So parameters are still great today on here. I'm being very careful of ammonia spikes. So I've got the dog face puffer, and he really is a mess. He sticks his face all the way out the water to beg. He does like half barrel rolls. He goes back on his back looking at the surface and almost rolls over. And his first companion in here is a little saltwater goby called, and guys, I know nothing at all about saltwater, so I'm having to learn all this like a little kid, so it's going to stay simple. Yeah, he definitely recognized me, but the other resident in here is a Molly Miller, and I assume I haven't researched it or cared enough to see. Yes, you do, Priscilla. So now you can see Mellon all the time. I started naming him Dogo, and I thought, nah, Mellon's friend. That's Elvish, so that'll be fine. Sorry for that rack behind me, the light, but got to feed here in a little bit. Anyway, let's see. The third fish I'm going to add, and it won't be in for a couple weeks, is a hawkfish, and those guys can be aggressive, and then there are some just like puffers that are not aggressive. The hawkfish that I ended up getting or ordering is not the one I initially thought I wanted. It's a Falco, F-A-L-C-O, hawkfish. Doggity dog. I know, he's just like a puppy. He goes and sits on the sand, and I'm sure I haven't seen my freshwater puffers do it yet, but he blows the sand looking for stuff to eat, so I'm gonna have to get some copepods and things like that in there. But Anyway, he was blowing into the sand last night, and he had already eaten at the shop before I brought him home, but I got out some of his favorite stuff that he liked, and he liked that, and he ate it all, and I'm like, dude, that's, double servings. Oh, he is out. I just saw the sand blow there behind the rock, so he must be right there. Either that or Molly Mellon just got scared. Now there he is up there. So, he's back there. And let me know about this lighting. I've kind of got a goldish tint on it now, so bringing that air stone out just so we can clear up a little bit. And he will be over here, I think, as soon as, there we go. Now, I haven't had him on camera at all. I didn't even take pictures of him before I got him, so I don't know if we'll have to go through that. I got him at the Great Barrier Reef store. He likes mysis shrimp. He likes the jumbo bloodworms, the fat ones that have something in them. He likes, gosh, right out of my head. Anyway, another frozen food. And I was about to say that last night, hey dude, come here. Come here, you're not afraid. Come on. Last night that I went in and got him some of Dharma's pellets, which are omnivore pellets. There he is. Oh, look at him. And he likes those, and he begs for them. He sits up and pokes his face. Now we go. There we go. He's got the little puppy face and the little nostril. Look at him put his face out. So let me move this crap out of the way here. I've got a plant up here. He's about twice, he is cute. He's about twice the size of, that'll move the light back. Opening the top up here. Hopefully we'll be able to see him. About twice the size of Dharma the Fahaka. So, yeah, I think he's not liking this camera. Alright, let's get some food in here. Hey guys, let's get some food in here. Here we go. So this is some mysis. It's not the jumbo mysis, it's just regular mysis. And it's also not the greasy kind. This is, I don't know if they clean it or how they get it out, but if it's well rinsed, but it doesn't have all that oil and really, and he's got the green eye. They called black spot puffers, as evidenced by the little speckled belly. Dude, there's plenty of food in there still. Go around and find it. There's also a white spot. It's kind of like the evil twin to these. So when I was researching, I learned. Hopefully Molly Miller will come out and start looking for stuff to eat. She's kind of a cutie too. And I'm thinking about getting some skunk clownfish later on, like a trio of those with an anemone. So, hey, Dr. Experimentus. Dr. S is makes more sense, doesn't it? You get a little more food out. But he dipped. You see he's starving. Look at the belly from this morning. Come on, guy. Come on. Yeah, I think the camera's the issue because he is not shy at all and puts his face all, well, you saw him do it. Puts his face all the way out. There we go. And this is not, yeah, he does. This is not live rock. We talked to the store owner a lot over the last few weeks, and it'll probably grow some creepy crawlies in it because of the, you know, the fish are, you know, that come from the store. They obviously have water on them, and they're going to be things that are on them, hopefully not disease things, but he said that it eventually will grow some things. But this way I'm not worried about worms or that kind of thing, bringing in things that I don't want, just let it naturally happen. I've also got sand in here, the Carib Sea, and I have a bag of black on the bottom and then capped it with white, but I'm just going to let it mix naturally. And all those places, Priscilla, or you can kind of see their craters are his favorite places to blow the sand around. So he's blown the white off the black and just looking for something in the sand to eat. I'm just going to let it mix itself naturally rather than try to make it look good. Just let it do its thing. Okay. He's kind of taught me that he likes to eat at that corner, so I'm going to see if I can meet him back there and give him a pellet. Here we go. There's a pellet. Oh, he missed it. No, he got it. I dropped two. And those are the same pellets that Dharma, the Fahaka, eats. They're just omnivore pellets. I'd never seen the freshwater ones do it yet, but here you go. He's fast. He got that faster than I can. If he misses one, he sees it on the bottom and goes down and gets it. So there are a couple down there. There's some bloodworms that looks like from earlier today. Kind of stuck on the side up there. He will eat bloodworms, but on the glass, yeah. They had a Stars and Stripe puffer, which I like, that was sold a few weeks ago, but I like the Stars and Stripes, so I may get a small one of those. They're not aggressive too, but down the road, two dog face don't go well together, so. I see you saying, hey Dan, but which Dan came in? Well, he definitely does not like the camera, so we'll have to work on that. Oh, Dan's Fish Dan. Okay, yeah, because Dan Slee was already here. Welcome, Dan. Hey, Dan. Just some more amateur photography time. Yeah, the literature about these guys says that they also need to have stuff that's available to them to keep their beaks worn down. Hey guys, no way, no way, no, hey. Okay. Exactly. My fish habit enabler. There we go. Let's try a little bit more life. I don't know a lot of people. Of course, I haven't traveled at all in the saltwater circles or YouTube or anything, so I don't really know anybody that keeps salt unless somebody does and I don't know it that I know already. Most people don't keep both, I'm told. I plan to keep them both. Hey, Blue Waters. Yeah, he's just letting food float around, and I know he's ready to eat. It's the camera, so I'm gonna try to back up here and do a little zooming. Maybe that'll work better for him, and maybe Molly Miller will come out and eat as well. Yeah, I just don't know any of them. And like I say, I've never kept any salt at all. So. Yeah, he's back over at that spot again that he likes to be fed at. Looks like he got the bloodworm to fall. Gosh. Hey guys, I've got a special on Chihuahuas. Take one, you get one and you get 3 free. Actually, you can have them all for free. Good. They don't normally bark, but you know I'm talking and they don't know to who. And it's kind of like Buddy was when Pam first started doing live streams. He was like, what's that crazy woman doing? So but they don't seem to get used to it. Sure, that counts. You gone, Priscilla? See you later. Thank you. Hey there. Show us your beak. So the guy that owns the fish store, I'm going to, rather than buying a couple of snails at a time for food, I'm going to buy them in bulk, like 100 at a time in a bag, and put them in the tank. And I'm going to have a smaller saltwater tank as well that I can keep snails in there. Hey Haley, I ended up taking your advice and named this puffer Mellon, which is exactly the Elvish word for friend. We had talked about it being Mellog, but when I used the translator it said melon, so it kind of looks like a melon anyway, so it's kind of stuck. That's kind of his favorite spot, behind that rock, unless he's floating around up top. Anyway, I'm sure this is a lot more interesting to me than it is to you guys, so I won't keep you on here looking at a puffer. Have to measure what? Oh yeah, the salinity. I added the salt yesterday to make sure, or no, day before, to make sure it was well mixed. And salinity, I want to keep it about 30, which is the middle or to low end of salinity for saltwater fish. And went to bed with it being 28, and then got up the next day and it was 38. So reviewed what I'd done and then realized that it had not mixed well enough, even though I let it mix for a while with these pumps. So I'll be mixing it in a barrel from now when I do water changes. So I had to take water out and put treated fresh water in to get the salinity down, which took a while. So waste of a little bit of salt there, but I did save the water. I'm going to use that water in my hospital tank. like for the goby to come out because she's pretty cool, but I'm sure she's not going to with me right here. Wow, that glare. There we go, a little better. She's right under there. Well, yeah, you're right, Candy. What we're going to do, and when you first set up, you want to try to keep it at what you're going to always keep it at. You don't want to be moving it around, like consistency. And like my pH is 8.1. I'm really shooting for 8.3, but I'm working on that. It's a dog face or a black spotted, and you guys know I don't do Latin names, so. Lucas is braver than I am. He butchers them, but I don't even try, so. I didn't know that, Candy. Good. I know now. I know who I need to talk to when I need advice. All right. I don't think he likes his camera at all. He hasn't done this before, gone and put his face in the corner. So. Hey, Tom. I was about to message you earlier and tell you those sure are some nice looking Plico fry. I bet you've got lines of people waiting for those. So. Oh gosh, I hope this is not going to freeze up again. On the outside of this, part of the label came off, and I had to come off completely, even with vinegar, so that's what the writing. But I didn't want to use anything stronger just yet, so since it's kind of behind the heater and one of the filters, I'm not really Yeah, I do, but I have two cats. That's what keeps bumping. Yeah, I see it's trying to, so I'm probably going to freeze up on me again, but we've been going almost half an hour, and you guys have seen him now, so. I'm going to go ahead and parameter checks just to make sure all is still well in here. Hey, Kendall. Appreciate you attending for the likes. And, people, it's rare to say how many hit a certain number. I think I'm on away from 300. So that's going to be my goal the next couple of months, to go ahead and get those other 20 and or subs rather, not likes. Thanks, Brandon. And I never thank you for modding, Brandon. I always think about it afterwards, so thank you very much. I'm going to get one.